Yeah, Christian. So the troubles at Disney have been well documented. They haven't really had as hot of a year as they were expecting. Indiana Jones flopped for them.
Hmm.
They recently had a little bit of a flop with Ant-Man, Quantumania. It
Hmm.
just doesn't feel like the same like it did when they initially took over the MCU and a lot of these other properties. Star Wars isn't working out as well as they would like
Hmm.
either. So Screen Rant actually released a list of the top 5 major reasons that Disney is struggling. Actually, this is coming from Bob Iger himself, the man in charge of Disney. He actually just recently took back power after
Hmm.
like just being unpleased with the product that they're putting out. So I'm gonna read them out to you, and you just tell me what you think after we go through this list. So number one, Star Wars slowdown shows Lucasfilm's mistakes. Lucasfilm, that's been a
Hmm.
big touchy subject.
Yeah.
Number two, Marvel's TV expansion hurt the MCU's quality. I think we can all agree to that one.
Hmm.
Number three, Pixar's Disney Plus releases backfired massively. Yeah,
Hmm.
no, releasing on streaming platforms has not been kind to them at all. Number four, Disney's zeal for more content hurts things. Sometimes less is more.
Hmm.
Number five, many recent Disney releases underperformed. Again, I just
Hmm.
mentioned a handful of them. Out of that five, like what do you think is the biggest problem?
I think right now it's Marvel's TV expansion hurt the MCU's quality.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since they started the TV shows, just the movies aren't as good. Like the two that I think are the best ones is definitely WandaVision and Loki. Those two are great.
Mm-hmm.
But the other ones just have not been good. She Hulk, I did not like at all. Never saw Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which one was it? The Winter Soldier one. Sorry, Falcon and the Winter Soldier wasn't that good. I it does hurt the MCU's quality, especially for story.
Yeah.
They just a lot of the MCU shows just seem like shoehorned in, which I really don't like. It honestly makes me worried for the new Daredevil show that's going to come out and them trying to revive the Netflix shows. I'm really scared for that one. But the movies themselves also haven't been that good. I I just feel that the writing. I feel like Disney is just trying to release more and more MCU content, and people are getting tired of it, and the writers are. It's just becoming lazy writing now. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
as good anymore.
yeah, it's a little repetitive on Screen Rant's list here, but like the Disney zeal for more content hurts things. That relates obviously to the MCU, so there's a little
Hmm.
redundancy in that, but it's true because like how many TV shows have gone released? I just can't keep up with them all. I
Yeah,
just can't.
no.
Like I have a job, I have a life. Like I
Hmm.
can't just sit in front of the TV for hours just watching all the new shows that Disney's putting out. Also, with the expectation, especially with the MCU shows, that they relate to the grander universe.
Yeah,
And if
and
I
then
don't
some of
watch
them
this,
don't.
like, yeah, and if I don't watch this, the next movie won't make sense.
Yeah, I believe the one that ran into that problem was WandaVision and Doctor Strange. A little bit, not too bad, but WandaVision was a really good show because it expanded on the MCU. Loki is a really good show because it also expanded, but the other shows just don't. It's just like why, like She Hulk. I was just questioning why did you make this?
Well, wait, hold up though. Like, it sounded like you actually were excited whenever they do relate to the movie in the grander universe. I'm saying I think that that's kind of part of the problem. Honestly,
Hmm.
wouldn't mind if the shows were more self-contained
Yeah,
because when they dictate what makes sense in the next movie, it's an issue for me. Like, because
yeah.
if I can't watch the show, like you mentioned, you didn't watch Miss Marvel. I didn't watch Miss Marvel either.
Mm.
Can I watch this next Marvel movie, Captain Marvel movie? Will it still make sense to me without first being introduced to the Miss Marvel character? Like,
Yeah.
and is there any other shows that I can't sacrifice because if I do, then they won't make sense for the movie? Like the new Captain America coming out. If I didn't watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier, will that next movie not make sense to me?
Yeah,
Secret Invasion right now. I haven't watched an episode of Secret Invasion yet.
yeah, neither have I.
Like, how
And
far behind am I going to be as a result of it?
yeah, I like you said, less is more. They're just coming out too many Marvel properties. For example, another one that didn't make sense was Moon Knight. I couldn't finish it. I thought I thought Moon Knight was biting off more than it could chew. I
Yeah.
just didn't like it. Couldn't stick to it. And they were talking about that later on. Maybe Moon Knight could be in the full like MCU, like within the movies, and just like okay, but like the show wasn't all that. So why?
I'll fight you a little bit on that one. I thought the first 3 episodes of Moon Knight were good. It just lost me towards the end there.
Yes, it
That's
lost me. It lost me on episode 4, and I can't get past it,
and you talk about Daredevil too, like losing you throughout the season. I mean, Daredevil's supposed to get 20 episodes.
dude.
Can they retain quality throughout 20 episodes now? Like, come on. I would prefer if they just gave me, honestly, the 6 episode seasons that they're doing now, like for the
Yeah,
other
I would
shows.
have preferred that.
Like, if you
Yeah,
just give me 6 quality Daredevil episodes, I'm okay with that because I can guarantee you one thing. Not all 20 of these next Daredevil episodes are going to be good. There's going to be some filler in there. There's going to be some like episodes that just don't really advance the story. It's just a problem that happens to all TV shows. So whenever you put out a 20 episode season, it's the same reason like I don't love a lot of the CW shows.
yeah, it's too much. Too many episodes. Too much filler. I believe Daredevil. It's gonna happen with that. The nice thing that happened with Daredevil was that Netflix only gave it 8 episodes,
Yeah.
and they were 8 quality episodes. Now it's not gonna be there.
I'm going to work back to the number one reason on their list. So they mentioned Lucasfilm.
Hmm.
You know, you're a big Star Wars fan. You're a bigger Star Wars fan than I am by a mile. That's another universe too that just seems to be plagued by like this more abundance of content. Not
Hmm.
only the movies, but you know, with the prequels, because you know the rarity of a Star Wars film used to be like once every like 20 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ne- And when they moved to like we need one like every other year or every year, it just you
This
felt
wasn't.
that like
It wasn't as good.
we talked about it in another video. Like Rogue One is probably my favorite newer Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Same
like
with me.
like
It's definitely
the
top five.
the other trilogy, or like okay, the in Episode 7, right? Episode
Hmm.
7 was probably the most redeeming one, but it was good because it was basically a rip-off of the first one, the first
Yeah.
movie. Um, the other two, rough watches. I don't care how big of a fan you are of Star Wars,
They
and
were
it's
bad.
probably actually fans of Star Wars that hate it the most, right? Rough watches.
Mhm.
I personally, I haven't watched Mandalorian. Come at me if you like, but like, I know everyone loves the first 2 seasons. I haven't heard a lot of nice things said about the third season.
I can't finish the third season. It just dropped off. I can't do it.
Obi-Wan was a very contentious series. Like the fact they were able to get Ewan McGregor back for it was very exciting, and the first couple episodes were really exciting. There was the big fight between him and Darth Vader at the end that was great. But as a whole, if you really rate that series, it's probably a very mid series.
Yeah, I did like Obi-Wan. The one that I liked a lot though was Andor. Andor is the one that I'm like, okay, I can't wait for season 2. Andor was Star Wars quality. Like
Yeah. Well, we didn't
it
even mention the prequel with Solo. You know,
oh yeah, Solo was bad, dude.
no, yeah, like the fact is, like we can say we've had one and a half good movies
Hmm.
with Lucasfilm in the last decade. We've had 3 quality seasons of TV out of what 5 or 6 seasons of TV given by a Star Wars series.
Yeah.
Like if they were a Major League Baseball hitter, they'd be doing okay because they'd be batting about 300. But the problem is we're rating this more on NFL field goal kicker standards. If you're hitting like 50% or less, that's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I just wish Disney would go back to the old way of releasing the Star Wars movies. They would wait us fans. We'd have to wait every 4 years for an epic Star Wars movie, and every Star Wars movie ended on some kind of new revelation that just happened, some kind of battle. I just wish Disney would do that, but I don't think they will because they want all the money that they can get out of the Star Wars property.
Well, isn't that kind of part of the problem as well? Is like, even though fans aren't happy with the quality,
Hmm.
they're still shelling out the money for it.
Yeah.
Like, money talks, bullshit walks. End of the day.
Hmm.
And the fact is that if Disney's still making money on it, Lucasfilm's still making money on it, which I know they lost money with Indiana Jones, but that's one project. Most Star Wars movie projects tend to make back their money. If they're
Yeah.
still making money with it, then where's the incentive for them to really change? Like, unless Bob Iger's literally going to micromanage everyone, every department, every aspect of Disney,
Hmm.
I doubt that any significant change in quality is really going to happen.
Yeah, and then honestly, I would kind of put part of the blame on Kathleen Kennedy as well. Quite a bit of decisions that have been made just did not make sense, especially for this last Star Wars movie when they brought back Palpatine. Like, what was that,
Oh
dude?
my
You
god.
just you just completely made Return of the Jedi irrelevant.
Well, the big problem with the Star Wars movies, well, at least the main trilogy movies, right, is that they had that break in directors, going from
Hmm.
JJ to Ryan Johnson back to JJ. It's like the director before that came after always had to undo the work that the director before did. So it's
Yeah.
like Ryan Johnson obviously undid a lot of things that JJ set up in the first episode or
Hmm.
episode 7, and then same shit happened in episode 9 where JJ goes and undoes a lot of stuff that Ryan Johnson set up. You
Yeah.
know? So that was part of the problem. It seems disjointed how they even chose to do it. Hell, if you had JJ do the first two and then Ryan Johnson finish off the trilogy, fine. If you had in reverse, Ryan Johnson does the first one, JJ does the next two, fine. But obviously
Hmm.
that didn't happen.
Yeah.
We could be hindsight 2020 on that one, but there's a lot of missed opportunities there. How they treated Luke's character, how they treated a lot of the main trilogy characters.
Hmm.
Um, the random storylines, like I'll never forget the Casino Planet, which turned
Yeah.
into a weird animal rights allegory. Um,
Yeah. That was ridiculous.
the awkward love story between Finn and that one chick. God, like
Honestly,
there's so many things, so many missed opportunities there, man. Like,
a lot of missed opportunities with Finn as well, dude. They could have made Finn such a good character, but oh my
oh, and
god.
then he has nothing great to say about his time
Yeah,
with Star Wars either. John Boyega almost wants to forget about his time with Star Wars.
poor John Boyega, dude. Like he got shafted hard. Like really.
Well, he made money, so I don't think he really got shafted that hard.
But oh my god, dude. So they're talking about that next movie that Ray is supposed to be back.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah, fucking
I,
a.
I don't know. I haven't heard one person that said they're excited about that.
But
That
again, people will watch. People will still go
yeah.
to the theater. People will watch. Like, unless they experience something like Warner Brothers is going through right now,
Mm,
I don't think that Disney really has much incentive to change or do things
yeah.
different. Like, again, like one bust of Indiana Jones and a couple busts of like the Pixar movies, like that won't hurt them in the grand scheme of things. If they can still make their money back with Marvel properties and the Star Wars properties, they'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna have to see how the Marvels does, because the Marvels, if that flops, then I think Disney might be a little bit scared. Because that,
Maybe, but it might just pressure them to do something like maybe they like rush Spider-Man 4 or something, and try and get that
mm,
up there. Because they might just go back to with what you know with Marvel. That might be the answer there.
mm,
Reduce Marvel size a little bit. I think they could do that a little bit easier than they
mm,
can with Star Wars.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
focus
Star.
on the villains, focus on the heroes that people pay money for, the villains people pay money for. Star Wars, I don't know what the right answer is to get them on the right track.
I think with Star Wars, it's just quality over quantity. I think they just need two good Star Wars films, really good, like competent writers. Like get the writers that made Andor to write a Star Wars movie. But
Well,
actually, but the writers of Andor are the ones that made Rogue One. Get them to do another huge Star Wars movie, dude. Like that's a
well,
good answer right there.
what's your focus on another Star Wars movie? Like, do you focus back to, I guess, what you would say is the main story that people care
Mm-hmm.
about, right? That following the Jedi's and everything,
Mm-hmm.
or do you stick with the bounty hunters that have grown in popularity? Um, do you stick with more Star Wars politics stuff, which I don't think
I
anyone would get
would
excited about?
I, I I think I would do more smugglers type storylines.
Okay.
We've gotten a lot of Jedi. The bounty hunters, we got Mandalorian for that. Do smugglers like characters like Han Solo. You know what I mean? That would be
So you're
cool.
saying
Do
another solo, a
no,
solo sequel prequel?
not another Solo. Not that. I said like Han Solo, not Solo. And I honestly think that's why I liked Andor a lot because it was different.
Yeah.
The writing didn't make you feel like how do you say it? The writing was competent. The writing was smart. It
Hmm.
was just quality. It didn't need huge action set pieces. You just really liked Andor. You really liked why he joined the rebellion. But
Hmm.
also, they showed the dark side of the rebellion. They had to do some stuff to get their movement going. They had to do some shady things, which I really enjoyed watching.
Probably the next big thing I could think they do would probably be a series on like Darth Vader, or maybe just a Darth Vader movie.
I will give Disney this, though. They have made Darth Vader into a real badass. I will give them
Okay.
that.
Yeah, that one scene in Rogue One, right? Just
Yes.
iconic.
Even even in
Hayden Christensen
Kenobi,
and Obi Wan, yeah, ish. Like there, I don't know. I mean, I still saw
I
a little bit of little Annie.
I love the scene though in Kenobi when half of the helmet is messed up and he's
Yeah.
talking, but it's mixing with
Well,
with
there was that one scene that he set Obi Wan on fire. That was kind of cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I liked the part where Obi-Wan tricks him into escaping on the ship and Darth Vader just stops the ship. That was sick. Like he just stops it like nothing. That was cool. And then
Yeah.
even in the video games, the new Star Wars Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor,
I've carried so much hate for you.
That doesn't look good.
It isn't. It's him.
You have failed me, Inquisitor.
Avenge us! Run! No!
they made Vader badass in those games. Like he's actually horrifying in those games. It's pretty legit.
Yeah. Are we getting a young Yoda or something? I'm just thinking like what Disney is going to do
Mhm.
there. Lucasfilm. They're probably going to do something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, so those are the top 5 reasons according to Screen Rant why Disney's struggling. Do you have a reason that you think was not meant? Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to our channel.
Mhm.
Other than that, stay safe, happy, and healthy. We'll see you next time.